Hello everyone, this is another in the how-to series for life, Describe the Weather. This is an oldie but a goodie. We're going to do it in a different way than before. I think you'll find it interesting. But before we begin, 3 quick rules to help you out of my class. The rules are: turn off, tune in, and open up. Turn off your microphone when you enter the Google Hangout. And please close the verbling window so that we don't get an echo. Tune in to the new words and try to use them actively throughout the class. Finally, open up. Be open. Remember, this is a safe, respectful place to practice your English. So the more open you are and the more you speak, the more feedback I can give you to help you learn. And this is where we are today, how to talk about the weather. So I'm going to say a quick hello to premium members if we have a few. And oh, look at this. We've got some new faces. For those of you, one of them is waving at me. Let's see. This is Vladimir. Is it right? Vladimir. Turn on your mic. Say hello, Vladimir. There you go.
Hello.
You see, my Russian is just good enough that I could say Vladimir. I had to guess. Vladimir. Yeah, okay.
Didn't you use Google Translate, John?
Nope. No.
Oh.
I can just read the letters. That's about all I can do. Mr. Not Vladimir, but Vladimir. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Vladimir, where are you from?
I'm from Kazakhstan, but I'm Russian.
That's good. Because I guessed Russia. Kazakhstan is better. Excellent. And what do you do out there in Kazakhstan?
I'm born there. I was born there, but no, there are many Russians there. Not only Kazakh in Kazakhstan, but Russians too.
Okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of Russians all over the former Soviet Union, right?
Okay.
So there, and because I have friends, for example, from Estonia, that always say well, he's Russian, but I'm Estonian, but they're both speaking the same language. So you've got a lot of people from the former Soviet Union. Okay, nice to have you here, Vladimir. Vladimir. Got it, Vladimir. I can't. I'm still saying it wrong. I can hear I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know what I'm doing. Another person who joined us was, Sergey. Sergey, that's it. See, hello. My Russian's good enough that I can see Sergey. Hello, Sergey. Where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Russia.
You're from Russia. Okay, got it. Excellent. Nice to have you with us today. We're going to do a few quick hellos. Besides Mr. Sergey, we have, oh my God, what's this? Tarcisio. Tarcisio, is that right?
Yes, you got it.
Ah, and you're from Brazil. No,
yes,
you're Spanish.
Spanish? Oh.
You're frozen.
Yes, I think he dropped or something like this.
I guess.
Ah, okay.
Hey,
here
no,
we go.
He's back.
Here.
Wait a second. I didn't go anywhere. You're the one who dropped. I was fine.
No, you did not.
It just looked like I dropped. Okay, so bem-vindo, Mr. Tarcisio, and we've got also Sabri. Is that Koshkun? How do you say your name? Sabri Koshkun?
Yes.
Oh, I can barely hear you. You got to turn up your microphone.
Koskun.
Koshkun?
Joshkun.
Joshkun.
Yes.
Really? Why is it Josh if it's spelled with a C? Shouldn't it be a Kosh?
C is written J
Oh, really?
In Turkish.
Sabri Josh Kun. Okay, I got it.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Sabri, I can barely hear you. You're very, very quiet. Okay, so try to work on your microphone if you can. But you know who I can hear? I can hear Jose Inacio very well because you're very loud. Hi, Jose. Jose,
Hello.
I'm sorry. Jose.
Hello, good evening.
Hi. Jose, where are you from?
I am from Spain.
I know. Could you be more specific?
I am from Spain, a city is Valladolid.
I'm sorry, what was the place again?
Spain,
Yeah, but the city. Could you say the city again?
Valladolid.
I'm just hearing.
Valladolid.
Write it for me, please.
Uh,
Write it for me in the chat window, please,
okay.
if you don't mind. Because if I know where you're from, I will remember you forever. Ah, no wonder. Because we don't pronounce that the same way in Portugal. That's why. So
Yes.
you're saying Valladolid, right?
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. Because for us, the V is a V sound down here.
V.
So I was confused. Okay, great. And what's the weather like today?
Today is a little cold.
A little cold.
Yes.
Okay. I'm down here in Portugal. It's also a little cold. It was warm, now it's getting a bit cold.
Yes, similar.
Let's say a quick hello to Roman or Roman.
Roman, hello.
Roman, where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
From the Ukraine. We say the Ukraine in English sometimes. Isn't that annoying? We say the Ukraine because in the 1950s we used to say the Ukraine, so sometimes we still say it. I was corrected by a student, but I'm telling you that we have here in Portugal we say the Algarve, even though it should probably be Algarve. But it's when the words enter the language a long time ago, we sometimes use the old word patterns. And is it cold out there?
And I hear sometimes that foreign people say Ukraine.
Yeah. That's really strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know why we would. Maybe because it's Russia, so they just add an to everything.
I don't know.
I really don't know. But it's not how we should. That's not really how we translate it into English. But yes, I've heard people say that. But maybe it's because they're hearing it through other languages. I don't know. Is it cold out there? What's it like?
Oh, today was very warm day because we have about 25 degrees in Ukraine. It's almost summer.
We didn't have 25 degrees. It was 25 degrees. It was 25 degrees.
Yeah, thank you.
We can have a high or a low. That we can have. Oh, can I see you now? Is that you, Roman? Oh, I see you now. You've got a yellow shirt. That's you. Got you. Got your webcam. Okay, listen, everyone. I want you to open the... Please... Oh, if you don't have the link, I'm sorry. Let me put the link for you. You're going to open a PDF. And I'll put the link for you in the chat window. There it is. And if you're using the Google chat, I'll put it there for you as well. Okay. Everyone open that up. I'm going to share my screen, but listen, I'm not going to open that document. I'm sharing a PDF on my own screen. So you're going to have to, otherwise I won't be able to see who's talking. So when you open up, you're going to see this. Everyone got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So you'll notice on the front page it says beginner. That's because originally it was a beginner class, but you are not beginners. So we're going to try to go beyond the basics. As long as my computer works. Right now it's frozen. Okay. So when I can get this working, we're going to go beyond the basics. We're going to try to learn more descriptive words than just the hot, warm, cold words. Okay, so go on to the second page. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you should see the weatherman. Everyone see the weatherman?
Yes.
Look like
Yes.
Looks like who?
a weatherman.
They said looks like. They said it looks like me.
Yes.
Doesn't look like me.
Yeah.
You
Okay, there
have
we
more
go.
hair. You have
I-
more
I-
hair.
I actually don't. It just looks like I do because I comb it forward. I learned that trick from my grandfather. I just comb it forward.
You're a liar.
I learned that trick from him too. Just to lie a lot. Okay, in this lesson, you will learn ways of talking about the weather. Do you believe in weather forecasters? That's your first question. Do you believe in weather forecasters?
Of
Does the
course,
weather
no.
ever happen the way it's supposed to happen? Who said no? Who said of course not?
I said.
Oh, it's Sergey.
Yes,
When you-
yes.
How can I know? How can I know who I is? Hello, Sergey.
Hello, everybody.
Have you ever had an experience where you thought the weather was going to be one way and it turned out to be a little different?
I have a very bad experience because maybe 2 or 3 years ago I traveled in mountains and it was very rainy, but forecast promised for us very good weather, and now I don't believe in a weather forecast.
Oh, okay. By the way, if it's not rainy, you could say it was clear. It was supposed to be clear. Clear because the skies would be clear if they had no clouds, right? Okay, so what happened? Did you ruin your vacation? Were you on holiday?
It was in my vacation.
Ah, okay. So not such a good vacation because it rained.
Finally, it was a really good vacation. It was fun. We swimming in the sea, walking in the mountain. It was good.
Okay, so it turned out for the best in the end. I have one experience. Hold on a second. I have one experience in the mountains as well. If you're near the ocean, where I was, the weather can change. So in the morning, when we climbed up the mountain, it was bright and sunny. By the way, look at this vocabulary. You can use this too. Bright and sunny. Bright and sunny. But by the time we got to the mountain, it was 3 o'clock. What do you think happened?
It rained.
It rained.
Maybe it rained. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. You got the right idea. When we got to the mountain, we could see over the other side of the mountain, and guess what we saw? A big, thick black cloud. That was being held back by the peak of the mountain. So we couldn't see the bad weather until we got to the top. And the moment we got to the top, the storm hit when we were on the very top of the mountain, 10,000 feet up. And then I was learning how to climb. I was learning how to climb mountains when I was a kid. So we had to attach a rope to the side of the mountain, and we had to get down the mountain really, really, really fast because the lightning was hitting around the top of the mountain. So we were the tallest thing. That was very scary. Yes. So I don't believe in weather. I don't believe in forecasters anymore. Has anyone else had an interesting forecast experience?
But at the mountains, the weather is changing very quickly usually.
That's true.
It's happened. In August, when I was in my country on the mountains, about 2,700, I think.
2,700 or?
Yes.
2700. 2700.
2700.
Right.
At the same day, I had a sunny day, warm sunny day. Then even it snowed, even if it was August.
Even though it was August.
Even though it was August and it snowed and with
Did it snow a lot or a little?
With the pieces of ice. I don't
Pieces
remember.
of ice. Oh, that's a good one.
I don't
Good vocabulary.
how.
What do we call pieces of ice?
Hail.
Hail. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
And there was lightning and was an awful storm. It was indeed very scary for me as well.
Yeah. It was scary because I didn't know how to climb the mountain yet. We were climbing to learn how to climb. So we had to learn in about 30 seconds. We had to learn how to go down the mountain. Right? And
with the rope. I know.
With the rope.
Yes.
And the cliff was 200 feet up. I know that because the rope was 200 feet. So I know that it was a 200-foot drop because the rope didn't quite touch the bottom. Ooh, that was scary. But you're right. The weather is very unpredictable. It's very unpredictable. And so we've got hail. What do you call it? Since we're on the topic of hail, what are some other kinds of precipitation?
Drizzle.
Excellent. Precipitation. Let me write precipitation correctly in the window first. Precipitation. I said I'm sorry. Precipitation looks like that. So we said, I'm going to put them all in the same box, all in the same chat. Hail, drizzle. I want you to use these words throughout the class. Drizzle. Okay, good. Anything else come to mind?
Snow. Windy.
Snow. Wind. Okay, first we're going to talk about the precipitation, and then we'll talk about something else, which is how we describe it. So the precipitation is hail. That's little
ice.
Yeah, little drops of ice, frozen rain.
Snow.
Drizzle is wet. Snow. We know what snow is. Everyone knows what that is. Wind. We know.
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain. We've got another word for heavy rain. I wonder what we could say for that.
Cats and dogs, but I see Ahmad wrote, it's rain, cats and
Yeah.
dogs. This is the first
Cats and dogs.
idiom usually as a foreigner learns in English. Raining cats and dogs.
Right, and it can also, well, there's a lot of things you could say. Some of them aren't so polite. Cats and dogs is okay. Raining buckets as well.
Thunderstorm.
Dockets.
Buckets.
Bucket.
Thunderstorm. I heard thunderstorm out there. What about when it's not exactly ice, but it's not exactly rain? What do we call that?
Cloudy.
No.
Mist.
Okay, mist is something else. Mist is like a light fog.
Yes, frog.
What do we call it? It's not rain, but it's not ice. It's in between rain and ice. It's in between rain and hail. Not hail, but not ice. Anyone know? Going once? Going twice? The answer is sleet. Sleet.
Never heard.
Have you heard that before?
No.
Now you know.
Please write it.
Hold on. I am writing it. I'm way ahead of you. Okay, I'm going to hit return. You can see all the words we just talked about. Hail, drizzle, snow, wind, raining cats and dogs, raining buckets, thunderstorm, mist, fog, and sleet. Okay, so those are some types of precipitation. In the second, on the for me, this is page 3. I don't know. I'm not on the. Yeah, it's the same PDF you have. So on the third page, what's the weather where you are? So now I'd like you to talk about the weather, but I also like you to talk about the temperature. Okay, and Mr. Abdel, you have to open the link in order to see the document. And if you need the link, if you hang on 5 seconds, I will post it for you. And we've got lots of good words in the chat box that I can see, but let's use some of them, like Sabri has a good word, moist. That is a good word. That's when a surface is wet. By the way, what do we call it when the air is wet? Not a surface, but the air itself.
Damp.
Damp could be anything. It's a
Wet.
good word. So damp, wet, moist, and then when the air, who said sticky? That's a good word. Who said that?
Me.
Who's me?
Nihon.
Yeah, no, really? Can't see. I don't know where you are. Oh, there you are. I see you. Good. Sticky is when it's wet, but there's another condition for it to be sticky. Ah, Tarcisio. How do you say your name? Let me hear you say your name right.
Tarcisio.
Oh, I did say it right. Okay, good.
Okay. Do you mean the word I write down? I wrote down.
Yeah, say that word for us.
Humid.
Wow, what good pronunciation too. That's not easy for a Portuguese speaker. Humid. Because you've got that H. Humid. If you're not sure,
Humid.
just say the name of a famous Hollywood actor like Hugh Laurie. You know, Dr. House.
Yes, Dr.
Right?
House.
Or what's the other guy that everyone liked in the 90s? Hugh Grant.
Grant.
Humid. What's the difference between humid and sticky? What's the difference between humid and sticky?
Sticky must be gluey.
Gluey. I don't know what gluey means. How does the weather feel when it's sticky? Besides wet.
Oh, very warm.
Very warm. Or in fact hot. Right? Agree? Okay.
Hot.
So humid doesn't mean that it's hot. Normally it is. But it could be humid and cold. If it's humid and cold, we can also say it's damp. And if we say it's damp and we're talking about the weather, we use one magic word, right? Which is the word out. That means it's the weather. Because out, no one can see me. I'm looking at you, you can't see me. Because out means out there, right? So if I say out, I'm talking about outside the window. So you would say it's damp out. Okay, so I'd like you to talk about quickly, I'd like to get maybe 2 or 3 people to talk about the weather where you are. First, talk about the temperature, then talk about the weather, the type of weather. We've talked about the precipitation. Now we got to take those precipitation words and we've got to turn them into adjectives instead of nouns. And we'll see how to do that in a second. So let's start with someone who hasn't spoken yet. Let's start with Ursula. You're a late joiner. Hi, Ursula.
Yes, hi.
Hello, Ursula.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome. I'm from Poland, and here in my place, it's getting colder and colder, and because we had nice
It's
weather.
getting colder and colder, but it's spring.
Because we had
But it's springtime. What do you mean it's getting colder and colder? Don't you mean it's getting warmer and warmer?
It's from time during the day, temperature decrease. It's clear or not? I must explain.
So you mean today it's getting colder?
Yes, because morning we had about 16.
Yes, it's fine.
But now we have maybe 10. So tomorrow will be maybe about 0.
Good. By the way, we don't have. Right. Okay. By the way, we don't have a temperature. We don't have a temperature.
Yes.
What do we say? This is for anyone in the group. We can't have a temperature, but what can we say? So we wouldn't say we is, right? And it's better just to remember it's. Okay. So she said it was Ursula, you said it was what this morning? 16?
16, maybe it was 16.
16. Okay. So for not everyone would understand 16 in every part of the world. Americans, for instance, would never say 16. Does anyone know what we would say?
Degrees Celsius. Or from Fahrenheit 14, maybe.
Centigrade.
Centigrade.
Centigrade. So if you want to say 16, no problem, but you got to say 16 degrees, as you said, 16 degrees Celsius. I'm trying to write this in my chat window, but it's giving me trouble. Hold on. Hold on. There you go. Okay. Or you can say 16 degrees centigrade. Centigrade. And I'll post that for you a second. Hold on. Centigrade like that. Okay. Okay. And let me ask Mr.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Yes? Mohsen, you have a question? I heard somebody asking a question. Okay, I don't know who it was.
Mohsen.
Okay, but now he feels shy, so he's not speaking anymore. Let me ask you, have you ever been to the States? How do they express the temperature in the States?
In Fahrenheit.
In Fahrenheit, right. Fahrenheit. Okay, good. So, does anyone know what 16 is in Fahrenheit?
No. About 40, 50? I don't know. 60
I don't
maybe.
know. I have no idea. Does anyone know? Someone Google for it. I don't know. Okay. So, it's always good it's always good if you're speaking to an international audience to differentiate between centigrade and Fahrenheit. And Fahrenheit is the last name of somebody. So every time I try to spell it, hold on a second. Fahrenheit. Oops, that's not right. I was trying to spell check it and I pressed return, and I can't erase it either. Uh-oh. All right. Anyway, that's wrong. Someone write it the right way for me. I'm doing it wrong.
Okay.
You do it. Okay. So I want. Let's go around. I'd like to get maybe 2 or 3 people to do something very similar to what Ursula did. She said it was it's 16, but it's getting colder throughout the day. Getting colder throughout the day. Throughout means during. Throughout the day. It'll probably be 0 tomorrow. 0 is what we call. Another word for 0 is. Anyone know? Going once, going twice. What? No. We have a word for it. Oh, that's a good word. Not the right word. Freezing.
Below 0.
Freezing.
Below 0 is freezing.
Yeah. But when we say freezing, we mean yes, below 0 or 0, right? For the freezing point. So tomorrow it will be. So you could say freezing meaning very cold, or meaning 0 or below. Thank you, Hazel, for writing Fahrenheit the right way.
Okay.
I let it go too soon. Okay, so I'd like to hear a little bit about. I'd like to hear a little bit about what it's like. I can't speak today, so I'm going to turn it over to Nihan. Nihan.
Yeah.
What's it like where you are?
The weather in Turkey, it was mostly dry and warm. And I think the temperature is maximum 30 degrees.
30 degrees what?
To 30 degrees
centigrade.
Centigrade.
Centigrade, okay.
Centigrade in the afternoon. And from place to place, the weather has a little bit light rainy.
Has been
light rainy.
Okay, so you could say there has been light rain, or it's been raining lightly.
Yeah,
right?
It's been raining lightly.
Good, lightly, excellent. Okay. So about 30 degrees centigrade, 30 degrees Celsius, mostly dry and warm, and it's been raining lightly. Okay.
And it was very sticky because
very
we
what?
are living sticky.
Sticky, very sticky.
Because
kind of humid.
I am living not kind of humid. It's really sticky, warm and sticky, because we are living in the seaside, you know.
So if it's really sticky and especially if it's hot, we call that Muggy in English. Muggy.
Okay.
Have you heard that before? Muggy.
No.
Muggy feels exactly like it sounds.
Yeah,
Muggy.
yeah.
Like someone dumped a hot mug of something over your head. A mug is where you put your coffee in. A big coffee mug. They dump hot coffee. That's what it feels like. That's
Yes,
muggy.
it's little sweltering.
Oh my God, sweltering. That's too advanced. Yeah. That's too advanced. That word is not allowed. Sweltering. Excellent word. Mr. Vladimir.
I didn't hear Maggie, but I know sweltering.
I would like to tell about...
Mr. Vladimir.
Yes. I would like to tell about weather in my region. It is very curious because sometimes it's very warm, but after this became immediate. Became cold very immediately.
Right, so it's unpredictable. Unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
Dada. Yes.
Yes.
Not dada. Yes.
Yes. And
okay. So tell us about the temperature today. So we're dealing with temperature and the weather. So the weather is unpredictable.
The temperature.
It runs hot and cold. And what about today?
Today is warm, about 20 degrees above zero, and above 0 Celsius. And no rain, very sunny weather, and we are happy.
Okay, so if it's sunny, don't forget our magic word. Our magic word is out.
Out.
It's it's sunny out, like that.
It's sunny out.
Because that's our magic word to talk about the weather. What about Sergey? What's it like right now where you are?
It was first day of May, spring, because it was hot, but windy. Understand me? Yeah.
The hot and what? What's the second word?
Windy.
Wind.
Windy.
Windy.
Ah, windy. Now, when you're talking about the weather in column B, you can all see on the screen, column B, instead of using the precipitation word, we need to change it to an adjective. The precipitation word would be rain. The adjective would be rainy. The precipitation word, although it's not really precipitation, would be wind. The adjective would be windy, right? So, but you can go further. You can talk about what kind of wind it is. If the wind is blowing all the time, or if it's just, or if it's a light wind. So was it a heavy wind or a light wind? Let's start there. Sergey.
It's be a little wind.
A little wind is a breeze.
Breeze, yeah.
And the adjective would be breezy. Breezy.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you. Mr. Tarcisio, what's it like down there in Brazil? What's
warm.
The weather like? The temperature and the weather in general.
It's warm. It's clear today. It's very
warm
sunny.
out. It's warm
out. It's warm out and it's clear out.
So it's warm.
It's warm and clear out.
Excellent.
Because we are getting through into the winter, so our temperature is really lower. I don't think this word is great.
Lower. Lower. Because it's the fall for you. It's the fall right now for you.
Yes, I think.
Autumn.
But we are getting into the winter, so our temperatures is not normal because we used to have like higher temperatures
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that
by
hot.
the way,
it's really great.
So
It's really great.
is it unusually hot? Unusually
Yes.
hot?
It's not hot because as I said, we are getting to the winter, and it's really warm. It's warm. I think it's warm. It's a really perfect.
Sometimes, if
weather.
Excellent. Sometimes we will say it is unseasonably, and then you can say hot or cold. Right, unseasonably, because season is estação in Portuguese. And for the rest of you, what's a season? We got 4 seasons.
Yes. Summer, winter, spring.
Seasons in Brazil is kind of weird and crazy.
That's it. Excellent. So if it's unseasonably hot, that means that it's warmer than it should be for spring or for fall, as an example.
Unseasonably.
Okay, excellent. So I want everyone to take a look. I'm going to share my document again. Okay, so how can you ask about the weather? I'd like you just to quickly, because I want us to get to a kind of a weather report at the end of class. So this is just a quick review of what we looked at in terms of the questions. So what can you ask in the first question, Hazel?
What's the weather like?
What's the weather like? And if you want to replace that with a simpler form, what's the pronoun you would use? If you don't want to say what's the weather, you could say
what's it like?
Fantastic. What's it like? And if you want to be more clear that you're talking about the weather, what's the magic word?
Out.
Excellent. So the whole sentence would be what?
What is like out?
What it's or what's it?
What's it like out?
What's it like out? That is correct. That's it. What's it like out? Okay, and maybe I could ask Nihan, look at the second one. What's the question I'm asking there?
Beginning with hub or?
The second bullet point. Now, when I say time, you can put in a time reference.
What's the weather in your country?
Well, that would be the third one. Your country would be a place.
Okay.
So let's do the third one.
I want to.
But it's okay. Let's do the third one. Just change it to how.
How is the weather in your country?
How's the weather in your country? Good. Okay. Any other place references we could say besides in your country? This is for
your city, your region.
In your state, in your
yeah. You can always name a specific place, but what's a more general way to say it?
Outside.
No. That's not a place. Not really.
In your region.
I want you to use a connective word. What do you think? If you're talking about place, what's the word you would ask about a place? What's the question word we use?
Where?
Where? So how?
Where you live. How is
that's
the
what I
weather
wanted to hear.
Where you live.
How's the weather, or how is it where you live? That's okay. Maybe more commonly we would say,
how is the weather there?
There. Yes.
Maybe.
How's the weather?
There.
Over there. Why not?
Oh.
If you're talking to someone through the phone or through a Google Hangout, right? Or how's the weather where you are? Where you are. Where you. Okay. So, just want to point those out because that sounds like a native speaker. Okay, so that leaves us with 2 and 4. Still quite. We should just do an example for 2 and 4. Okay, so what about number 2? Maybe I could have. I don't know. Anyone who wants to speak, it doesn't really matter.
I want to speak.
I want you to speak.
What is the weather at 5 o'clock.
What is the weather at 5 o'clock? There's a problem there. 5 o'clock would probably be the future, right?
And how it will be in past?
Well, let's fix the future.
Now.
Now or today.
Today.
Okay, so the full thing would be, what's the
weather weekend? Next weekend.
But what's the missing word?
Like. What's the weather like?
Yeah, okay. What's the weather? And you can add like, but you don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. What's the weather like now? Okay.
Today.
If you're talking through the phone, you don't know, right?
Okay.
So that's the context where it would make sense. What's the weather now? What's the weather right now? If you're talking about the future at 5 o'clock, how would we change that? You can't say what.
What will be the weather at 5 o'clock?
I don't agree. That doesn't will be is too far in the future.
Is going. Is going.
What is going?
Okay,
It's not
so
certain because
what's the weather going?
It's not appropriate here, I think, because
Why
we don't know exactly.
So what? So what? It's okay. It works. It's still the future. In other words, you don't have to know what it's going to be like because there's two forms of going. Just to be clear. By the way, who said that? Who am I talking to?
About going, I said.
Who is
Raman.
I?
Raman.
Ah, Raman. Listen, there's two forms of going, two meanings. One is about an intention, right? Like I'm going to learn English if it kills me. I'm going to learn because it's my intention, I want to do it. But the other one is about the future based on a fact. So if you see that there's dark clouds in the sky, you could say it's going to rain. It doesn't matter if it really does, but based on this present fact. So actually, I think it would sound okay to say that. What's the weather going to be like? Again, we don't know for sure, but I think it's okay to ask it as a question. If I understood correctly, maybe I misunderstood what you were saying, but it sounds okay to me. All right. What's it going to be like? Or what else do I want to say? Or if we're talking about back to our weather forecaster, what would the weather forecaster say about 5 o'clock or about tomorrow? Will, yeah. Tharcisio?
Yes, what will the weather?
Speak, Tharcisio. Speak.
Maybe what weather will be today?
What you wrote was correct. What will the weather be like today? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Why are you saying you can't speak? Wasn't that him speaking? Okay. So, so may and might is for prediction, absolutely. We might say there is a, for example, there's a high probability, sorry.
To rain.
High probability to?
Rain.
Not two. Not two. Try again.
Of.
What?
No, I don't know what preposition need.
Not
After
to.
probability. Of. I said,
There's a
but
high,
I wasn't sure.
Okay. There's a high probability or
Of
there's
rain.
a high chance, right? Either way. Of rain or of sleet or of snow. Okay, now that we have that pretty much clear, here's what I'd like to do. I'd like you to give a little weather report. Now, the only problem is my weather report, give me a second here because my weather report is in the wrong place. I'm going to show you a picture in just a second. The problem is I saved it on the wrong browser, so you're going to have to give me a second while I open the right one. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk about the weather. Hang on just a second here. Now I'm trying to open two browsers on the same computer, and that is a recipe for disaster. Hold on a second here.
when you are using Hangout, always everything is disaster.
Hope you don't get frozen.
I hope not. Hey, I gotta say, the Hangouts work pretty well. I think they're okay, because think about how many people in how many different parts of the world are here today. I think it's not that bad. But yes, there's a lot of bugs.
We
That's
can go
true.
on Mars. It's not a big deal, I think.
We can go to where?
Mars?
Mars? What do you mean?
It's not a big deal to
Oh, I see. You mean we're able to go to Mars?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. You mean they put a man on the moon and they can't even do a hangout the right way? Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my pictures working. I'm going to share my screen, but the problem is, when I share my screen, I'm not going to be able to see who's in the class. That's the problem. But I'm going to have to do it. So what I'm going to do is pick someone, starting with Mr. Sergey. Are you ready, Sergey?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you to give a quick weather report based on what you see. If you really don't know what to say, you can say pass, and then it will go to Mr. Vladimir. But let's start with Sergey. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. There you go. First picture.
It's cloudy. Cloudy evening.
I'm hearing cloudy. Okay.
It's windy, I think. It's like storm, maybe.
Like what?
Storm.
Storm. Okay. And if you're going to describe the weather, you can't use the precipitation word. You have to use an adjective. So not storm, but
rainy.
Windy. Stormy. Okay.
That's it. Okay. So from the beginning, Mr. Sergey, say the whole thing in one concise statement. What's it like out, Sergey?
Sorry? Please say again.
I want you to summarize what you said. Summarize.
Okay. We can see windy.
No. It's
stormy.
Okay, you said more than that. you said it's dark, cloudy, windy, and stormy. If I remember correctly, I heard you say all those things. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I want to hear.
Thanks.
Okay. Excellent. So remember, not storm, but stormy when you're describing.
Stormy.
Excellent. Okay, Mr. Vladimir.
Okay.
I'm going to choose another picture. I hope. Oops. Okay, this is not the picture I wanted. Hold on a second.
Nice picture.
This is where I used to live in Brooklyn before I left New York. These were my neighbors.
Was it Jewish neighborhood?
Yep, I live in South Williamsburg, and these were my neighbors. But that's not the picture I wanted. Hang on a second.
Poor children.
Hang on a second.
Not necessarily.
Hang on a second.
Jewish.
Hang on a second. Okay, this is the one I wanted. It is rainy. There you go.
I saw a bear.
I know, but we don't care about the bear. We care about the
weather. It is cloudy because I can see the sun. Not rainy. Nice weather.
Okay, so the weather's nice. What does nice mean? Let's figure out a better word than nice.
Fine.
Fine. Nah, that doesn't work. Anyone from the group? What can you say instead of nice?
Warm.
Clear.
Okay, clear if there's no
clouds.
Sunny.
Pleasant. Pleasant is a good word. You'll hear native speakers say that. Pleasant. Okay.
Pleasant.
And if you want to describe how it feels, you can say that it's temperate. That means not too hot, not too cold. What else can we say? I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Moderate, I think.
Happy bear.
Moderate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why not? That's a good one too. Moderate. Okay. And do we see any precipitation in the picture? Is it raining? Not
No,
really, right?
no
I guess I heard it clear.
participation.
I think it's starting to rain.
Okay, so if it's starting to rain, it could be. It's hard to tell. But if it's starting to rain, how would we describe the sky before it rains? Besides saying cloudy, I don't mean that there's a storm. I mean that it's light, because you can see lots of light.
Yes, yes, yes.
But the clouds in the sky, what do we call that? It's what?
Cloudy? Or
Cloudy.
Covered.
Nah, too easy.
The sky
Too
is
easy.
covered.
Yeah, the right idea is covered. It's the wrong word, though. Right idea, wrong word. The right word begins with over. Over what?
Covered.
Overcast.
overcast.
Overcast, yes.
And don't forget the magic word.
Out.
Say the whole sentence, Vladimir. It's over.
I forgot. Overcast out.
Fantastic. That sounds like a native speaker. Right. You don't have to say the sky. You can just say it's overcast out, meaning everyone knows it's the sky. Okay? Excellent, excellent. Let's see if we can try a few others before we run out of time completely here. So we're going to go with Ursula. I'm going to try to get another picture for you here. Let me see if I got a good one. Every picture I have... Oh, this is an easy one. Look at this one. This is an easy one. Look at this.
Maybe.
Ursula, this is an easy one. When it loads, it's going to take a half an hour to load the picture. Give it time. Give it time. You see, look at this. Now I'm cursed. It's because I opened Firefox and Google. Okay, there we go. There we go. What's the weather like here, Ursula?
The weather is very good. It's is sunny,
right.
And the sky is without any clouds. It's clear.
Oh no! Yes, clear. That's what I want to hear. You're good. Okay. Is there a lot of light or a little light?
It's a lot of light.
So, if there's a lot of light, it's what?
Bright.
It's bright.
It's bright. Ursula, put that together in one sentence and finish it with the magic word. It's
sunny, clear, and bright weather out.
Almost. Don't say weather. Don't say weather. Out is the magic word because it replaces
out.
Weather.
It's sunny, clear, and bright out.
Fantastic. And we probably would say bright first, only because it's just what we normally do. So it's bright, sunny, and clear out. Probably start with the bright. Don't ask me why, but that's how we would probably say it. Because we have an expression, bright and sunny, so everyone's used to saying that. Sorry, I have to go here to look at who's in the class. Mr. Tharcisio.
Yes.
Mr. Tharcisio. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this, huh? Look, that's interesting.
I think it is really windy out.
That's true, but we're not going to use the word windy because we're way beyond the basics. We're going to use a big word, an interesting word that means windy. What's a better word? Is it breezy?
Breezy, probably.
Is it breezy?
Probably.
Well,
because they are
a breezy is like a little wind.
Yes.
It's true, but what's behind them? Look out there in the ocean. What do you see sticking out of the ocean? What are those things sticking up out of the ocean? Can you see that?
It's
maybe if I make it a little bit bigger.
I see. The sky is a little
How
bit
can I say?
cloudy, but I don't know if cloudy is really a good word to
The
describe
sky
it.
is a little bit over. The
Cast.
sky is a little bit over.
Cast.
Overcast.
Overcast. Out. Okay.
Yeah.
Overcast.
Good. It's a little bit overcast out.
Overcast.
Right? Not the sky is a
and
little bit overcast out, because
breezy.
out is the magic word which tells everyone it's weather. So you either say out or you talk about the sky, but not both. Would I say breezy? I don't think it's breezy, because what are those things in the ocean? Look at those things that are yellow on the bottom and white on the top. Can anyone tell me what those things are?
Windmill?
Windmills. Absolutely. Those are windmills. That is a wind farm. That is a wind farm. So
For
it's not
energy.
breezy. Yeah, right, to generate energy. So it's not breezy. What is it? It's not breezy.
Yeah.
It's more than breezy.
Blowy?
Blowy doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Okay.
Stormy. Stormy.
No.
Stormy, no, because there's no storm clouds. It is blustery.
Oh.
You could say blustery.
Blustery.
And the reason that I say blustery is because the people in the little sail carts, the little go-karts, they're wearing winter clothes, winter jackets. Blustery is windy and cold. Blustery. If you want to talk just about strong wind, you could say it's. You could say that it's. How can you say? Windy, or that it's gale force. There's a good word for you. Gale forced winds. Gale, like this in the chat window. A gale is like a small storm, but really just a windstorm is a gale, a windstorm. That's probably the best way to say it. And blustery looks like this. There you go. And overcast looks like this. There you go. And did I forget anything else? I can't think of anything else. So, there you go. We're going to have to stop now. We didn't really do our weather report, but you did describe some interesting pictures with some interesting weather. So, not a bad job. Were any of these words new? I hope some of them were. Did anyone learn anything new?
Blustering.
Good.
Gale.
Blustering.
Overcast.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
Gale.
That's a new word. Excellent. Excellent. And how are you going to remember these words? Before we end class, how are you going to remember these words for the future? What are you going to do to remember them?
Using sentences.
Okay.
Maybe
Where and when?
maybe hear some
Listen to the
forecast.
forecast.
Okay, that's a good idea. So listen to some forecasts. Go to YouTube, listen to some. That's a good idea, because then you get input. That's a good idea. Here's another suggestion for you. Another suggestion is wake up tomorrow morning, look out the window, and speak to yourself out loud in English and describe the weather, trying to recall as many of the words as we talked about today. Okay? Speak out loud in English, very loud, so that everyone stares at you like you're crazy. And that way you'll remember. The more embarrassed you are, the more you'll remember. Okay? Think about that.
A good
That's my
idea.
suggestion.
Good
Very
advice.
good idea.
All right. Okay. So if you can, follow me here on Verbling to get an email of my schedule every day. And like me on Facebook, and I try to send posts out there when I can, or on Google+, and there I can chat with you as well. And that's it for today. I'll be back later if you want to do a Talkaholic text. The theme this week is about charity. So we're going to do something related to that. Okay, that's it for now. See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.